Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Anime Watch Club, a bi-weekly group discussion and review where the hosts of the wdysa Anime podcast nominate and vote on shows either we haven't seen or shows that will hopefully lead to a great discussion. On today's episode, the We Have Nipples, Can You Milk Us? I mean, can we ride the Milky Subway? Delinquents of the wdysa Anime. We'll be reviewing the 2022, 2025, and 2026 anime Milky Subway. Let's meet today's genetically modified squid alien? I'm not sure what they are, but let's dive in. In honor of this being the milkiest anime to date, outside of maybe Silver Spoon, we're going to go around and asking the hard-hitting questions about milk. Jolene, what's your favorite type of milk and why?
I don't like any type of milk, honestly.
You're off the Milky Subway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought it was
also
oat milk.
It says, I mean, I like oat milk for like overnight oats. I do. It's like oatception, you know. But also for what it's worth, when they scan them for the like when they're getting arrested, it says they're genetically modified humans.
Oh yeah. They're all robots. So some of them have the squid alien thing. So I don't know what to call them.
Those are the genetically modified humans, I think.
Even
Yes.
the antenna things. That's genetically modified.
Yeah, they're genetically modified to have antennas.
Bet.
I guess.
Good.
I don't know.
Ooh. All right. Next up, cat. Cat. If you were an actual cat, what type of container would you want to drink milk out of?
Meow meow meow.
So honestly, best container to drink milk out of is probably a if I was an actual cat, definitely a container that has like a long open side, just because whisker fatigue is a thing.
Oh, bowl.
Yeah. But it's got to be a bowl that like comes out.
No, Cat's making a point. It's like a longer bowl so that their whiskers don't hit it when they go to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought
He was describing which kind of bowl.
Gotcha.
He's not generically
I
a bowl.
I got you. All right. And our first and only moderator tonight, rest in peace, Pat. We got Miles. Miles, you were once referred to as a milk cricket. If you were to select another insect, amphibian, or animal of some sort, what milk thing would you be?
Okay, yeah, that was the only time I felt like someone was being racist towards me, was when one of Haz's friends called me a milk cricket, and I was like, "Oh, damn, that's you don't say that unless you don't like him." I think that I would be a. Oh, okay, can you name it? It was an insect, amphibian, or
Dealer's choice. You could be anything. I was just throwing out
oh,
something.
okay, so I can pick a mammal. I want to be a
Sure.
milk mongoose.
A milk mongoose. I like that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, Miles, there's no Pat, so you are to take the lead on Milky Subway.
Yes. Today we watched one episode of anime, kind of, which is the Milky Subway, the Galactic Limited Express, which was you know, you can actually stay on the Milky Subway because the Milky Way has named it as if someone spilt milk like across the sky, and so your hatred of milk, Jolene, you just like knocked it out of someone's hand, it spilt. There you go. There's the lore.
That's like a lot of like cultures, like creation myth is me knocking over a bunch of milk.
Yeah,
that's the star.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly why the English tend to hate black people. I don't get it.
Whoa.
I don't know the linking.
I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that, Cat.
Jolene, that was you? You did that?
My fault.
Okay, so I guess never mind, I can't make that joke. But so we follow a group of 6 delinquents on a subway as they do community service in order to avoid a prison sentence because prisons are too crowded in the future. This is pretty short. It's like 12 3-minute episodes, but it is a lot of fun. We have a main group of Makina and Chiharu who are sort of like our friends. Chiharu is a little more passive, and Makina is sort of always getting both of them into trouble by beating the shit out of people. And it usually seems like it's kind of worth it when she was describing it, at least. I mean, even the cop was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, that's illegal but cool.
Yeah, it's like you shouldn't have done that, but I get it. So this is also primarily made by like one person, right?
Yes.
Which is incredibly impressive because there is a lot of detail in this, and there's like a lot of good, like it's a very solid little story, at least in my opinion. So what was everybody's? Let's do the impression of the whole thing. It is about 24 minutes long, so let's not even first impression this. Just let me know what you thought about the whole thing. We'll start with Kat.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Who do I normally start with?
No,
I don't
are we
normally do
actually
this.
talk about the overall thing of Milky Subway.
No, because you know we normally do first impressions.
Yeah,
we're doing that. But just did you like it or not? It's 24 minutes. I mean, what is your first impression? The first 6 minutes of this? Like, I guess we could do that.
or just like coming into it. Like, what do you think about the art and everything like that? The fact that
that's what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Just like, tell me, what you thought about it coming into it, and did you enjoy your time with it? And that'll do.
I really enjoyed my half an hour of watching this. This was it felt very reminiscent of like someone. I couldn't really tell if it was like what software this was made in, like through the production of it. Like my first thought was maybe Blender, but it's definitely one of those things that I just can't. I don't have enough experience in that type of production to really tell. But all that being said, it was very, very well done, and I've really enjoyed both the visuals and the music, and like it filled me with a lot of like just really fun feelings watching it over again, or watching this, because it made me think of like some of those old like really semi well done animations in like early YouTube. Just that kind of like independent feel.
The creator Yohei Kamiyama, who built the entire show almost entirely alone, directing, writing, modeling, animating, and editing using Blender, a free software. So good call, Kat.
Yeah.
What if that was Milky Highway and then Milky Subway? But it looks the same, so you're probably right.
Yeah, because Blender is essentially half a game studio, I could definitely tell. I think the main thing that I could tell with with it being made in Blender was that, well, we can get to a little bit later, but like there was just one scene.
Okay, and Jolene.
Yeah, I mean, I had heard a ton of people say a lot of really great stuff about this. This is a favorite of Champ Eagle in the Discord. Join the Discord, by the way, since Pat's not here to plug that.
Big plug,
And I usually trust Champ's taste because they have a very like in-depth way of looking at things, and they tend to like things that have had a lot of work put into them so they can appreciate that sort of thing. And this is no different than that. I think that like what really stood out to me whenever I first started this was the fact that like you really, I mean, honestly, you get the characters like motivations so well in just like 3-minute burst, which is incredible whenever you're used to like, I don't know, just like stuff where like seasonal anime that have 24 episodes or 12 episodes or whatever and 20 whole minutes each episode, and you still don't get like half of the characterization these characters got, more or less. And I think that just really stood out to me and was something I enjoyed. The soundtrack, great. The animation, great as well. Definitely has that like particular like Blender appearance. I like from what I've seen. I do agree with Kat on that. Other than that, yeah, I know I really enjoyed this. I mean, it's like 25 minutes. Yeah, I recommend this.
And Pete, what do we think?
So I guess coming into this, so I saw Milky Highway when it came out in like 2022, and it was just like a 3-minute short, and I didn't really think anything of it. And then fast forward to 2025, and then Tyler in our Discord is like, "You guys should check out Milky Subway. It's like 30 minutes on YouTube." I said, "Screw it, yeah." I had nothing going on that night, and I watched the whole thing. I was like, "Damn, this shit is fun." Like, I'm gonna compare it to a show that we've done on Watch Club, and it has nothing. They're very polar opposites. But the first Pokemon movie, in terms of is this like the most brilliant crafted show of all time? No. But with Pokemon, the first movie, I just had so much fun watching what they did with it. And this is no different. I just, with the time allocated, they took the content that was needed and just like shoved it in there in that time frame and didn't miss a beat. Like everything that needed to be said in that episode was said in a 3-minute episode, or however you consumed it, that or the Netflix movie. And I think that's just like a testament to how this story is. And I do think, like, because of it, if this guy can create characters and worlds like this, it reminds me a lot of a guy named Keiichiro Saito, who is the director of the first season of Frieren, where that was the first thing he directed on his own, and it was a fucking masterpiece. And then this is like, this dude did this all by himself, and it's this good. Like, the next thing he does is going to be like must watch, because Milky Subway, for what he had allocated, was an incredible piece of media. Now just think if he had resources, a team, time, a staff, maybe something better than Blender or something along those lines. Like, I really do think like this guy has the talent of something that we rarely see in anime, like an up and coming person. Like, he's only 30 and this is like his first piece. It was incredible to watch. It's awesome to see where we are right now. Just hopefully he continues. I don't know if he's going to do more, but like, I was blown away by this. And every time I watch it, it gets better every time. So 2 thumbs up, absolutely recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I would really recommend this too. And Pete, I the only thing I would push back on is that I think this is like really, really, really well crafted. Like, I think
Oh, for sure.
it's a very tight story. I think, I noticed a lot of foreshadowing / they actually just tell you what's going to happen. I don't know if that's even foreshadowing. But you don't notice it the first time you're watching because it's like in the background.
Foretelling.
And yeah, foretelling. Yeah, that's a word too.
That's not bad.
But there's like also a lot of fun references to media this person must take like inspiration from and everything. And he's also doing like the sound design. Like, I noticed that was good, and I never noticed that. I'm so bad at like sound stuff, but I thought it was pretty good. And the way that they like sync things up to music and stuff, I thought was great. All the characters are likable, and to tell a nice little complete story in one episode is nice, or in the amount of time in for one episode, but split into like 12 3-minute episodes, which each have their own little arcs, and have good little cliffhangers at the end of them that make you want to watch the next one. It's like having a short chapter in a book where you're like, oh, I got to read another chapter, but it's only like 2 pages. So then you read another one or whatever. I think Dan Brown did that a lot. Anyways, but I guess that's our first impressions. If you haven't seen this, go watch it, because it literally only takes half an hour, and all of us have recommended it. So even if you end up not liking it, you've only wasted half an hour of your time. I don't think it's a very big ask. So there's a few things that we want to talk about here. I think the first thing I'd like to talk about, to just sort of get us to know the cast, because I think like while the setting of this is sort of neat and is important for what they're doing, I think these shorts and everything are carried by the characters and like their moments of growth and stuff that happen even within this singular episode, or this singular like series, right? Over the course of these 30 minutes or whatever. I'm going to keep calling it one episode. That is technically a lie. But did you guys which group of 2? Because we have Makina and Chihiro, who are sort of like the student delinquent types. They're I guess a genetically modified human and a android who are like best friends. We have Akane and Kanata, who is like, she's sort of like I don't know, how do you she has like the biker gang jacket on.
Yeah. She's like a delinquent, I feel like.
Yeah, like a different level of delinquent, I feel, than like Makina and Chihiro, right? Like, they all get called delinquent.
She's like a biker, where they're just like people who are rowdy.
Yeah, Chihiro isn't even rowdy. She just is near Makina. And then her little lackey, Kanata, and they have like a fun little sort of like, I feel like big sister, little brother type vibe going on. And then, of course, we can't forget Kurt and Max, who are our favorite drug trafficking androids. And so each of them have like a little arc they go. Sometimes it's like interpersonal, but with like Kurt and Max, they're like good with each other, and so they sort of learn to trust the other people. I thought it was actually pretty diverse. But which group of characters did you like the most? And I guess had your favorite little mini arc or whatever. Anyone want to go first?
I can go first. So
okay, Pete.
Shout out to my boy Kurt, best character in the show. Love me some Kurt. And what separated them, it's my favorite scene in the whole thing was the truth telling serum things that they had shove in their necks. And they start answering these questions they're going to be exposed as drug dealers and traffickers and all these things. They're kind of bad people. And then it's they were just looking for gratification. They were looking for somebody to tell them that they did a good job. They were just looking for that. I was like, oh man, I kind of feel bad for them. They were working normal jobs. I think they said construction and cleaning or something like that. And they changed to a life of crime because they just wanted to be appreciated. I'm like, Kurt, Max, I appreciate you guys. Stop selling drugs, but and their dynamic was just really fun. Pretty stoic, not really outlandish like someone like Makina and Chiharu were, but they were just a great glue to the whole team. And they helped solve problems. They were also kind of goofy and silly at points where they had to get right when they had to get on the train, they're actually we gotta go take a shit, stuff like that. They just had really good quick humor that I really enjoyed throughout the show. So those two are my absolute favorite.
Great.
Yeah. So I think my two favorites personally were honestly it was Akane and Kanata, because Akane kind of just being almost kind of like the big sister of Kanata, and then being worried about them the entire time. The other thing that I kept seeing was for a long time I think that Kurt and Max are part of Akane's gang.
No. Actually,
yeah, they are.
Are they?
Because they there was a conversation between Akane, Chiharu, and Makina where they were talking about Kanata, during that scene where they get into the other room and Kanata is in between Kurt and Max. That's where she's she's Kanata is kind of like the tail of the tempura shrimp, but while Max and Kurt are kind of the rest of it. So I'm pretty sure that Kurt and Max are part of Akane's gang.
Because they say that their boss is a girl.
They don't they literally say their boss's name and it's not Kanye?
No, they just say the boss is a girl.
Okay, so why I think that isn't the case is the scene where in the bathroom or whatever, and they're helping him because Akane gets worried they're gonna beat him up or something. And
no, I don't think she was worried they were going to beat him up. I think she was worried
something was going to happen to him.
Yeah.
It would, however you want to spell that. And if they were her underlings, I don't think she would be concerned about that. If they weren't an unknown.
I mean, I'd playing devil's advocate. I think that maybe if they were just maybe if they were just hired for that one and got caught up in it.
No, that's super possible. I do not know. They do sort of odds and ends, right? So
yeah,
it's certainly possible.
Yeah,
he just doesn't seem like a criminal mastermind.
Also, they got involved with dealing drugs and stuff, and I feel like they would have mentioned the Akane and what his face being into the deep shit if they were into that. If she would be the boss of two people smuggling drugs, she'd probably be either wouldn't be getting taken in for just community service because an underling would have done it, or she would have had more serious crimes that wouldn't have been community service.
That's fair. That's also fair. But yeah, I just really enjoyed Akane's gradual growth into, hey, I trust this person that I've always felt was kind of a burden. to growing into somebody who really is able to see the value in that one person that they thought was a burden.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I very much enjoy that. Jolene, how about you?
Well, I guess I will go ahead and complete the trifecta and mention that my two favorites were Chiharu and Makina. Mostly because I liked Makina a lot, honestly. I think that she's just a really interesting character. The way that they like talk about how she's sort of like a special cyborg or whatever, but it doesn't really get like super elaborated on was very interesting to me because there's a lot of like implications there. I think that the like Machina is like the source of the best world building in this overall, like just through her connections to like the people who created the old train and whatnot, and really was what kind of the driving force behind me wanting to know more about the world was, honestly, because she's like she's much more obviously like a cyborg compared to Kurt or Max. Well, maybe not Max, but Kurt especially. Like where she just seems like almost a robot more so than a cybernetically enhanced human like they are. And her whole like, fight first attitude, but then like relating to somebody because they like the same idol, I thought was fantastic. And I like that she's like a very powerful being, but not competent at all, more or less. And also her turning into a giant robot at the end was fantastic. Yeah. Like I was waiting for them to turn the train into a robot the whole fucking time when they mentioned it. I was like, you can't just mention that and then not do it.
He mentions it so many times too that I didn't even like. There's one where I think like Kurt and Akane are like talking as they're going somewhere else, and then like Machina's in the back telling someone, it's like, no, we can turn it into a robot. It's like they're talking over her, right? But she's like talking to whoever. They're my favorite too. I like their dynamic. I sort of like how they're opposites, where the other ones are they do fit well together, but they're not like sort of like a blue Oni, red Oni type of, oh my god, they actually did it. Anyways, sorry, I was just looking at what color they were. Yeah. I think to your point, Jolene, like Machina looks a lot more like an android because she like intentionally has worse like gear than she could afford or whatever, is sort of like a form of rebellion, which I think is sort of fun as well. And then this time around, I especially caught like how much she knew about the trains and everything, which I thought was sort of fun and like good sort of foreshadowing and storytelling. Like she's not just like a nerd who knows about this. She knows about it because like it's her whole family business. Yeah. And then, Chiharu is, I think, just like it's always good to have your, grounding person in this. And I think she does a good job. But even at the end, she's like, yeah, Machina, like, here, kick some ass, and I thought that was nice too. So I like them, but I do like pretty much every character in this. Like all 6 of them, I think are great, and there aren't any poor choices here for your favorite duo or individual character or anything. Next talking point, I guess I would like to bring up that I thought that I noticed like way more this time is there are a lot of references and stuff in this show to various movies and other works. Did anyone catch any that they particularly liked or wanted to point out? If not, I have a list, so don't worry. But if you notice anything, please tell me.
So I have one thing that's technically kind of a reference, but also kind of not. So during that one scene where Kurt is fighting the robot and like swatting away the syringes and stuff like that, mm-hmm. All of the sounds of the metal are from Valve. Like all of them are just like, some of them are slightly pitched up and down to match with the song, but all of those sound bites are taken from the games of Half-Life, Half-Life 2, that type of thing.
That's cool. I did not know that.
You could just do that and not get sued?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Because-
the source engine stuff is just free to use.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's utilizing your resources.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why you can make all those TF2 shorts. It's-
Yeah.
Ah,
And all those Overwatch shorts that everyone
Oh, I watched the
enjoys.
longer ones for Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. The plot. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
the Overwatch ones
Yeah.
aren't like Milky Subway where you can get the whole thing in 3 minutes. You probably need like I'd say a good
We're
4.5
thinking 2 different
hours.
Overwatch shorts.
No, we're thinking the same. That's the joke cut.
Because in the ones that I see, you can get the whole thing multiple
it
times.
just takes that long to pan the camera across. Anyways,
It's just-
Anyway, my favorite reference was the fact that Makito wears a jacket that has an electric sheep on it, which is a Blade Runner reference because of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
yeah, is it a Blade Runner reference or is it a Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep reference?
I mean, Blade Runner is a Android's Dream of Electric Sheep reference, so in a roundabout
That's
way,
fair.
yeah.
I don't know if it's confirmed, but just because it takes place in space and everything like that, I thought like the Rogue AI was from like a reference to 2001: A Space Odyssey with HAL.
Yeah, I think that's probably similar.
Yeah, that was pretty much like the only one that I caught. I was just like, it just seemed like it would fit, but I don't know if I can ever confirm that. But that's just what it's like.
You probably could. You could probably ask.
Oh, okay. Let me ask the guy.
Let me
One
just.
second.
Yeah, call him up.
real quick.
So Kurt has a Die Hard reference on his shirt. Instead of saying "Now I have a machine gun," it says "Now I have machine arms," but it's like written in the same font as Die Hard,
Mhm.
which is pretty fun.
Oh, that's fun.
The destinations that they do, one is the planet from Alien that they were like orbiting. I missed one of them. One was it's based off of a 2chan creepypasta.
Damn.
2chan?
Which is
2chan.
yeah.
You mean
But
4chan
it's
or
basically
I'm
about like a
misstepping?
woman who is like
You
on a
can't say original
train.
one.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, not Kurosagi Station. Shin Kurosagi Station is like the name of the 2chan story where someone talks about like, or they're like posting on 2chan that they're like on a train and it's gone to a station and no one's there, and she's just like talking about it as she's on this like sort of runaway train that has sort of brought her somewhere else. There's also some like advertisements and stuff that are references to things like, pretty simply, like there's instead of "I'm loving it," the McDonald's one says "I'm licking it," which is like a little funny. And there are probably more, but those are the ones that I caught, and I thought that was pretty fun. When I was trying to see if those were like references, Google AI told me that there was a Blues Brothers reference, and its entire source for that was one Reddit comment with 0 upvotes that said,
course.
"Is this a Blues Brothers reference?" Yep, that
Thanks,
means yes.
AI.
Let's just put that right
Yeah.
there.
That's what we need data centers for, Miles.
Yeah,
I was just about to say, fuck it, build more data centers. I've heard enough.
I really.
That's what we're destroying the environment for, man.
We need to take the
We got to make
Milky
sure
Subway
that
and put data centers on the moon.
I mean, yeah. I don't know where you get the water from, but yeah.
Down below.
Sure. We got them.
But yeah, there was a lot of fun sort of references in that, and I think you get those a lot of the time when you have like this one person team who needs to fill stuff out and is like, "I love this shit, so let me like, fill." Like, I wonder if like the idol is a reference to like an idol he likes or something. Like, I don't know that, but like I believe it, and it was just sort of neat seeing like different sci-fi movies and stuff that they must have been inspired by in some way. But I thought that was really, really fun. Let's bring up another topic.
We talk
here.
production.
Yeah, please. Can you do that? Because
I would love to talk production.
Everyone's more production than me, so please.
So this had like my favorite thing with the production of this, and I posted a clip. It was like how they utilize the sound in like combats and like other scenes. Have you guys seen the first Kingsman?
Yes.
Okay,
No.
so like that movie does a really good job with the music and like when he's in like the church And at like the final fight scene where it's like the no 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 no, baby give it up, but they're like killing people
Yeah.
while the song's going on, and like Milky Subway kind of did that too, where the whole point of it is to have fun with the setting that they're in. So they use really fun sound effects, really fun music while they're doing this, and to me it elevates the show because my biggest thing with anime is having the entertainment factor of the show. And I think when you do stuff like this, it shows that you're making it for fun. Like, I feel like you could change the music and change the tone with it, but they kept the tone fun the entire time. So I want to give an absolute shout out to like this, how they, I guess that would be sound direction, like how you utilize that sound.
Mhm.
And that was probably my biggest takeaway with the production. Like, I think it looks really good for like what it is, but to do that was something that I don't see a lot in anime. And I do think that's something super underutilized. That was my favorite part of production. I don't know if you guys have any other fun production.
Really quick, Pete, trivia. Do you know what my favorite scene that does that, like adds like the gunshots and stuff to the beat of the music is in anime?
Hold on. Can you give me a hint?
Nanbaka?
It was
Oh.
it's not Nanbaka.
We have blanked out from
Obvious.
our
It's two
memories.
guns.
I
It's two guns, man.
no, look. Is Nanbaka my favorite anime that involves someone dual wielding guns? No, because the one that I am talking about, Pete, does involve someone dual wielding guns in this scene while someone watches on in horror.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Is
The
it
Kiba
Vivi?
Maid War, episode 1.
Oh yeah!
Oh,
Oh!
yeah. All right.
Uh,
That
fair
show does a
enough.
great job with music and violence.
Yes.
Music.
I watch that opening, like that scene at the end of the episode where Rinko is just murdering people while like the idol show goes on
Yeah.
in the background or whatever, but probably once a month.
Yeah, it's
It's
incredible.
I love that.
Because I think the song is about like pigs or something. Like it's like the song itself is like ridiculous. So it
Oh
adds
no, it's about it's called like
because they
like
work at the
Love's
Oinky
Killer
Doink,
Kiss
right,
or
or
something.
whatever. 'Cause I know they
um,
do like pig themed like songs.
yeah, they do, but it's the song's about like killing someone if they don't love you, basically.
Oh, you're right. I
Um,
know exactly what it is now. Yes, you are correct.
but yeah, I really like that. Who has other production stuff that they liked? The
Yeah.
Pyramids Killer Kiss is the name of the song.
Specifically with on the side of Blender with a lot of the visuals and stuff like that. So one of the things about the doing a lot of the eye movements and a lot of the body movements in Blender is that it's very difficult to show for like the animation style, specifically for what's her face, for Machina. It's kind of difficult for the for the face on Makima to seem like it is a screen rather than it be kind of like two separate like eyes and stuff like that, mainly because you have to invert some of the vertices so that it can make it look like that. And it shows a lot of like knowing the ins and outs of that animation style or that animation and how Blender and Mesh work to be able to do that in such a seamless way and in such quick succession that you can even miss some of those scenes where, you know, Machina's face goes from a face to something else. And it shows it shows a ton of prowess with it. And then being able to do that multiple times with all of the robots in the Milky Highway, like that is like there's a ton of talent here, and I think that if there's like you said, Pete, I think if there's a little bit better, a little bit more like oomph behind them, I think that he can get more shaders down. But I think that it would still be really, really good if it was still held in Blender, just because that would hold like a lot of that continuity throughout it.
Okay, and any production stuff from Jolene?
Honestly, nothing in particular that I can offer that hasn't already been said. I just think the fact that like Pete mentioning that this was mostly done by one person and it's their first thing, it's just miraculous. Like the amount of detail that went into it, as well as like how tight the writing is. Like to be able to do both production as well as like writing, dialogue, that sort of thing is insane. So I'm very excited to see this person's next project if they choose to do one as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. What I really noticed this time around was like how tight the writing was, how like you could figure out sort of, what was up with Machina and everything, just sort of by listening and then sort of extrapolating a few different things, right? Like nothing really came out of like nowhere or anything. They like really hang the giant train mech on the wall, but but
That's fine.
other things than that too they do, and then like things come around, like they hack that like cleaning robot that also subdues people for some reason, and then they use that like later. It's all sort of very tight in that way, where most things come around and help them out in like a later scene. Like the only thing that I think wasn't particularly like that, and it's not bad because it's like good characterization, but it just like didn't loop back around, was like being the idol fan or whatever is like not that didn't show up again as far as I remember. But a lot of things like did show up again, and I thought that was really good. And as Julian said, I don't know, the fact that they did this, they did the sound design, they did it all. It's all very well done, which is amazing. There's not really a weak point, and that's crazy when one person is doing it. You have to be multi talented. Pete, you have more stuff to ask.
Yeah, I guess we all kind of agree that we understand that this was done by one person and he did an incredible job at what we got. If you were to make another project, would you want to see in like the Milky Subway like world, or would you want to see him expand onto something new? I think like there's enough lore where I think, and some questions where I would love to expand on the Milky Subway, just because there are things like when Kurt is like blocking the tranquilizers or whatever, it's a poster of Chiharu in like a bathing suit. So she's like a model of some sort. So like expanding on, and we got like a little bit of like Machina where, like her family is the origin of Titan, and she's this super robot because she has all these connections. Would you want to see more of them, or would you want to see him do a new project?
I would like to see more. I think I like the characters enough that like seeing at least one of these pairs go on some more hijinks or whatever, I think would be very fun. I don't even like I don't require too much like active world building for something like this. I think just more passive sort of stuff in the background of whatever vehicle they decide to get stuck on next time, or whatever passageway. If it's like the Milky Canal or whatever. They're on a boat now. Yeah, that's not a great phrase, right? So like maybe they can change it from milk to something else. But highway, subway, I don't know what other
Freeway, driveway.
What are those
car?
What are the ski things?
Oh, like, ski lift?
Yeah, the Milky ski lift. Yeah.
That's like the slice of life OVA where they go for a day.
But I think I'd be happy with whatever, but I'd like to see the characters and stuff more again, because I really like them. So that's my take.
I think personally, I would rather him do another work. Mainly not because I'm not interested in the Milky Subway, but because I think that the Milky Subway can be something that, he does in his spare time. Like, cause like there are certain like things that we do as creatives that we have like our work that we want to continue to expand upon and continue to be this gift to whoever reads it. And then we have these standalone works that we want to be we want to be digested and want them to get a lot of the real lessons out of. And I really don't think that Milky Subway is. I think Milky Subway is right now a mixture of the two, but I think it can just become something where, when he's over, not necessarily overworked, but when he's kind of losing a little bit of his spark, because that happens as a creative, he can come back to it and make a fun little silly 3 to 4 minute episode, and then just put it out, and then kind of gain a little bit more love for the art form again. But I would definitely love to see something that's a little bit more, not of a serious note, but just something that's okay, this is going to be even more substance. Not to say that this doesn't have substance. It's very tight knit, but some heavier topics.
I think I know what you're saying. Yeah. I think comedy works really well in 3-minute bursts, but if you wanted to change genres, I don't think a 3-minute drama would work, but a 3-minute comedy would.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen TikTok movies that are 3-minute dramas, man.
Fuck
they get
TikTok.
Millions of views. But as for my answer to that, yeah, I know I'm fucking with you. I think that I would like to see something in the same world but with different characters. I just think having the character it could be like a MyGo situation where the characters show up but aren't
I like that.
main characters that are POV characters necessarily. They might have you could have one of the main characters, the main villain, be Max and his boss, as one of the POV villains or whatever, something like that, and they show up as enforcers or whatever, but it's more so just hey, remember these guys? They're gonna drag these guys away and make some funny quips while they do it or something like that, but they're not POV characters again. Just because I think the world building is pretty interesting as far as the whole superhuman genetically modified beings versus cyborgs and robots sort of arms race that is implied to be going on in the background. I think that having the having it start off with the Milky Subway pulling back into whatever city or whatever, and then we cut to somebody else who was waiting for the train or some shit like that, and they can't get on it, and then we follow them instead, and then we get to see the actual setting, the city that's not contained within the subway. I think would be really interesting.
This is important. Who is the Anon of this?
Ooh, probably.
You watched MyGo, right, Kat?
I don't know if there is one. I know what you're trying to say.
That was my point.
Yeah.
It would probably. Yeah, there's not, but yeah. You get what I mean, though.
No, I do. I completely understand.
How if you watch Durarara, a couple of the characters from Bacano show up at one point, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I had to get a MyGo jab in
there. You want to mess with 70%
of our audience.
Zig. Specifically Zig, yeah.
No, I think that's good. I like how we all had different answers for that too.
More importantly, who's the Soyo of this, and when can I stand her?
That's a good question. Oh. I feel it's Akane, but we have to expand on her a little more to get to that point.
Yeah. I just feel like none of these people.
Nobody has mental illness like Soyo does.
Yeah, all these people are way too adjusted to be in the Ave MyGo.
Yeah, which one of these has crippling depression?
The closest we get is the bassist with some commitment issues or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Welcome to MyGo Talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the characters. I just think it would be interesting to explore like different maybe characters that aren't necessarily involved with the CD side, but they get sucked into it. It's sort of like a cyberpunk situation.
See, I feel like that. I feel like that's at least supposed to be. What's her name?
Kade.
Yeah, because just of like her relationship with I'm gonna like where it's like I don't know. She just sort of feels like she's around for the stuff and gets brought in because of it.
Right.
We don't know a lot about her, I guess, right?
No, she seems pretty quiet. She doesn't.
Yeah,
really,
that's
she doesn't talk
I don't
much about
know.
herself the whole time.
So like learning some more about Chiharu or whatever. I don't know. That could be neat.
She's bad with men and she's a model. That's about it.
She's not even like bad with men. She's just oblivious or something. It's just like
she's bad. Like she was trying to defend her ex-boyfriend who stood her up for 8 hours because he said he had a cold. Like
he might have had a cold.
That's bad.
We don't know. I feel like we don't know because like I feel like it's trying to make us unsure if Machina is just that trigger happy. Or not.
I thought it was very clear that she just didn't understand that she got stood up.
Oh, see, I thought it was like maybe like a half and half thing, like where those like rough guys were hitting on her and like she was dumb then, but then the other one was like the guy had a cold, so, but like Machina beat him up anyway. Like that was my take, but I don't know. That's why we need more in this universe so we can find out these pressing lore questions.
Fair.
Do we want to do an Eagle question of the week?
Sure.
The moderator.
I think this is the first time that I'll be able to answer
ask
one.
in the group. Kat Kat, you haven't been here in a while. We've changed the format.
I see.
Okay, I think this is interesting. So we've talked about this.
Wait, is this the champ eagle? Because we have to get the boo.
Okay, please do the boo for me. Okay, yeah, Kat, you've missed a lot.
Apparently.
We have graphics now.
We have talked about this a little bit, but Milky Subway was largely done by one person. And what advantages and limitations came from a project having a single production member? We've like touched on this. We've mostly said it's just incredibly impressive, though. So I guess like, what are the advantages of this in your head? And were there any limitations? I guess I think there's a pretty obvious limitation that we saw, but if there's anything else we can think of. And before we keep saying this is done by one person, even though it mostly was, I want to give a shout out to the great voice cast in this because that wasn't one person and they've done amazing. So it was mostly one person, but other people did work on this and they deserve the credit too. They did a great job bringing these characters to life.
Yeah. I can start if nobody else wants to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So going from the little experience I have in Blender, one of the big things with it, one of the big advantages of being able to be the only person that's working in it in Blender is knowing exactly what mistakes that you have made and being able to fix them. Because one of the things about animation in software that isn't necessarily completely meant for collaboration is that you can have someone who is animating another scene at the same time that you are animating one scene, and you end up messing with the source, and that can end up creating a bit of discontinuity between models. Being able to be the one person that is there that can tell, okay, this looks a little different from this. You can go back and mess with that model to make sure that it is a continuous model. Whereas in, I want to say it's our Ferretta, some of the 3D models there, you can tell that some of those models are not the same from scene to scene. Mainly because, there's multiple people working on it. that being said, some of the obvious setbacks are, but having to animate it all yourself, having to go through each scene, having to continually do all of these snapshots over and over and over again, and I think this is the case for this one, having to get the camera angle just right for each scene, because instead of it being like, a scene on a sitcom where you have like the camera just focusing on like just a corner of a room, where if you move the one angle the 1 degree this way or 1 degree that way, it doesn't tear apart the illusion. But in this, where you're trying to be on such a tight budget and trying to get a lot of as much detail as you can, having that 1 degree completely takes you out of the show if you are not careful. So I think those are two of the positives and the negatives that I can think of off the top of my head.
Kat, can I ask you a Blender question?
What's up?
In Blender, do you just use the same model over and over again?
Not necessarily. Because
how do you change it from like scene to scene then? Like, what would you change?
So
how would it change?
Specifically with models where like you have where you were looking at one side and you're turning the face, in animation, depending on the animation style, you can actually have the face basically facing one way and having one side of the face folded over itself. And
does that
mainly
change the model?
It does.
Okay.
And that, if the model is coded correctly, you should be able to work with that, and like, each side should look fine. But depending on if you mess things up, or depending on like if you didn't do the model completely perfectly, because we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of vertices, like something can mess up, and that can just be a thing. So having to fix some of those things can be a pain in the ass. So seeing that you've messed something up and knowing that it's messed up is an advantage of being a one-person team versus.
I'm just wondering, do you not think a professional animator would notice that they made an error?
The counterpoint is Arifureta.
Yeah, the counterpoint is literally Arifureta.
I don't know why you use that as an example. That show came out like 9 years ago.
Yeah, but when like Blender's been out for a minute, and that 3D model is still ass.
Okay. I guess I would say like the creative freedom would probably be the biggest thing for me. Like the fact that he created everything himself, and he brought these characters to life. When you join like a team and you have a budget and you're getting sources from other ways, like it could change the narrative, because maybe they want to go more commercial and do something that is more mainstream than I'm not gonna say this is avant-garde, but like when you have like your own touch to it, I feel like it can be a little avant-garde, because it's like it's your style. It's how you are doing it. So I would be concerned with sort of if this guy were to do more content and he joined a team or something along those lines, that he would lose some of that creative freedom that made Milky Subway what it is. Because I do think it's very special because it's made by him. Like it means it's the same thing with like, let's say like wdysa from like Science Aru. Like he has his own touch on things, and like it's him when you see his style, and like he earned that respect. Like, did this guy earn enough respect to have that creative freedom like somebody like him? So I really do hope to see that he has more projects in the future, and how I'm just intrigued to see how that would be handled going forward.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think for me the big downside is that the scope of what you can make is pretty limited, right? Because I think as you scale up like time and everything, like if this was an entire series, the ability for one person to make sure everything is done properly and the continuity is okay, and all the different things you would need to do becomes a lot harder, I feel like, right? So if you're doing one person things, I feel like this is pretty close to your limit as far as like what you can like sort of reasonably, keep track of. Because like even, for something that doesn't have all of these moving pieces like a book, like Jolene and I both like Wild Bow, who does like web serials, and he does an amazing job of just churning them out and writing them with minimal editing and everything. But that does have the downside of sometimes there are continuity errors, or sometimes you write Ward, and you don't necessarily have that issue with like a larger team. So, I think that is sort of like the potential downside. I think the upside is, as you've been mentioned, is like when you have like 100% creative control, it's really hard to get things that seem disjointed. Sometimes you can have too many cooks in the kitchen, and you get like tonal whiplash and everything. But when one person controls something to this degree, everything is, probably going to just fit in well and complement the work, and do all of that. So you're sort of trading scope for how tightly knit this was, and I think that's not a bad trade. But I do think there's a reason the entire thing was 30 minutes and not 2 hours or whatever, because it's just a lot of work for one person.
100%.
Like this was already a ton of work for one person. Okay. Yeah. I mean, does anyone else have any questions or anything? I think, Pete was concerned we didn't talk about the show enough, but I do think that for something that is like 20 something minutes long, we did a pretty good job. There's just only so much blood you could draw from the stone, I guess. We didn't talk about the cop.
I mean,
does
the cop is
ACAB
essentially
apply
the
to her?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Especially after she tricks our robot friends and gives them a truth virus. But I did like her popcorn that she had. I thought that was fun. Oh, you know what, Pete? I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Or anyone else? Did anyone else watch the movie on Netflix? Okay.
I did not.
Pete did. Pete, how did they do the timing of like when our many like cliffhangers would be, and when
Yeah.
they would like do like the punctuation of a joke by like cutting to the ED, basically?
Yeah, no, it flowed differently because
Yeah.
if you watch it on like YouTube, where it's 12 3 minutes, which I think you all watched, it's very like quick, either like punchline or cliffhanger ED hits. And I did miss that because I think that ED absolutely bangs, and it's super
Yes.
fun to when it transitions to it. It just flowed a little bit better, I would say, in the sense of how the Netflix did it, where
Oh.
it felt more like one really long episode than 12 mini ones. So it's one of those things where like if you never saw the YouTube thing, it seems like that's how it was supposed to be made. But if you watch
Okay.
the YouTube first and then you watch the movie, it kind of feels a little different. So it has like its positives and negatives, just because I did really like the ED and how it sort of ended that scene, ended that
Mhm.
little arc. Like it was just like boom, done. We got it. Let's move on to the next one. Where when it flows as like one long episode, it has its own like taste to it. It just flowed a little bit differently. So
Okay. Yeah.
it's not that it was worse or better than either one. I think it
Okay.
just has like its. I would just say like this. I like this show better on my rewatch. So if you watch the YouTube version and you want to rewatch this, I would watch the movie. And if you watch the movie, if you do a rewatch, watch the YouTube version of it. And I think it doesn't like change anything, but I do think it's fun to see how you can, just like from a structural production side, how ending a show that way and then doing it in the movie form works both ways. I just think that's a really cool way how they did it, how they set that up.
I will say I liked this more on my rewatch as well, and I just watched the YouTube thing twice because I did not know it was out on Netflix yet. So,
I think as of
you know,
April, it's been on Netflix, so it's been pretty new.
okay, yep, okay. Well, too much. I was thinking the opposite. I was like, wow, I suck. But I guess that's neat.
It's essentially the same show either way.
Yeah.
I think the movie is like 6 minutes longer or something.
They
like
added
that.
a little bit of bonus content. How much do you think that mattered at all?
Not at
in
all.
your opinion?
Not at all.
Okay.
It's just like if you like the cast and it's fun.
Yes.
It's, like you said earlier, it's 40 minutes. It's 30 minutes. Like you're not really losing sleep over it. Like it's just a fun rewatch, I would say. So
okay,
just something I would recommend to everyone out there.
Good. Thank you for answering that. Okay. Are we ready for our final thoughts then?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got to go last now. Who gets to go first? Kat, you get to go first.
Yes, I do. Hi, it's me, Kat. I really
Kat.
enjoyed this show. I really enjoyed this. This definitely was a very good episode to come back on, just because as a person who very much enjoys bad anime and being able to discuss that with friends, being able to come back on a very pleasant note is often welcome. Makes me know that I am still welcome in this space until eventually we get my week.
What the fuck are you saying?
And if you wanted to give it a score,
if I wanted to so if I was going to give it a score,
Welcome back, dude.
Yeah, welcome back. Thanks for making me confused twice an episode. Thank you, Kat.
100%. Yeah. That's my job, man.
Oh, 100%.
So if I wasn't taking into account like the amount of hours and work that this fucking show took, if I was just going to take it in face value, I would probably give it an 8. But because I know the amount of work that it takes and how much strain his computer had to deal with doing all of that, to render all of that and then upload all of that, it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we will give you a 10. Jolene, what are our thoughts here?
Our thoughts?
You're apparently
Yours
answering
specifically.
for you and Miles now.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You can score up to 20 points now.
I pluralize things like a lot for some reason. I don't know.
It's your fucking English ancestry. You're using the royal we.
I just thought that you guys shared a brainworm or something.
No, I mean, we all know. Let's not talk about those nights on Cape,
What?
We let the Josh do the talking.
Go to the bottleneck and
Yeah, exactly. Happy Pride, everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, this kind of.
Yeah,
I guess,
know. Yeah.
Series. This short form series was very good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I honestly didn't go into it with like extremely high expectations. I kind of figured that it would just sort of be like the way people talked about it reminded me of like how people have showed like Ringing Fate or something like that, to just name something that's been talked about.
That's one person.
I don't even know what that is.
Shout out Zig for the second time this episode. The only person in the world who is saying Ringing Fate, and he fucking loves that show.
True. Fair enough. I'm sorry, Zig. I just didn't have I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, I guess. Not that I expected it to be bad. I just wasn't expecting to be as impressed as I was. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. I actually watched parts of the dub for this, by the way, at points, and that shit's not bad either.
It's really
honestly.
good.
I think you're not missing out watching either one, which is always a plus for me. I love when something has like a serviceable to good dub at the very least. Not really too much to complain about in this, apart from, I mean, honestly, even it being like 26 minutes or whatever isn't a complaint for me, because I think that they just masterfully used all the time. There's not like a single wasted frame in this. Yeah, I mean, this is like a pretty... I don't want to give it a 10, but I don't know why, which tells me that my reasoning for not wanting to give it a 10 is bad. So I will also give it a 10.
Oh, goodness. Okay. There we go. And Pete.
This show makes me realize like why I fell in love with anime. That you can be so creative in so many different ways that is unique to this specific medium that you can't do in live action. And I mean, I got hooked from anime by watching Food Wars. Like that shit is ridiculous and dumb, but it's fun. It's so much fun. This is what Milky Subway is. It's the immaculation of just fun. Like everything coming together and just having a good ass time. And I mean, I'm not giving it a 10. I can't give it a 10.
Why not?
I mean,
you could. Two people just did.
Can.
No, for sure. You can. You definitely can. You can give it a 10. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that
So
I
why-
can't
why
give it a
aren't you?
10. I just think that to give it a 10, it needs to be more than just like this 46 minute clip. I agree that no frame was wasted. My first watch was a dub, my second watch was a sub, and they were both fantastic. Like the things that they can do with this short amount of time was so well done. I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. I really like Milky Subway.
Come on, man.
My heart doesn't say 10. I originally gave this an 8, so I bumped it up a point after my rewatch. So
I originally gave this an 8 too, and I am going to stick there. Just a spoiler alert.
You know what? That makes sense.
I mean, I had a good time, but you know how you're like, oh, this is what I would have given it if I didn't know like how much blood, sweat, and tears like one person put into this.
You don't know how many blood, sweat, and tears were put
Yeah,
in
I don't. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I really liked this. I thought it was a pleasant time. One thing I like that would maybe make me recommend the dub is that people talk over each other a lot. Everyone has like really natural dialogue and like speaking and stuff. Like two groups of people will be talking at once a lot. That can get a little heavy on subs, I feel like. There's just a lot to read and there's a lot you can miss where you can just sort of naturally pick that up in whatever your native language is. But this is fun and I hope we get to see more, and I'm excited for whatever the future may bring. But yeah, I gave this an 8 out of 10. So that brings our score to a 9.25.
hell yeah.
Which is very high. It is like 1.3 points higher than our mouse score. So we like it. That's a 7.92 for anyone wondering. This brings me to the point where I kick it over to Miles and he tells us what we will be watching next week. Miles, please take us away. Thanks, Pat. I'm a man of habit. I need to do the same thing all the time. So we only had 3 nominations last week because I was too sick to record, and Kat was wherever Kat went for 2 months. And
We just make a fake war where Cat was.
yeah, we're not legally allowed to tell anyone.
I like that.
That's
yeah,
also fair.
it's-
Yeah.
but keep listening for hints. So in third place, we had Paradise Kiss.
This is for Pride Month, by the way.
This was for Pride Month. So this is what we will be watching and recording about right after Pride Month ends.
Yep, this episode will be released in the middle of July.
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
For us, in any sort of event, we will be 2 weeks late. In second is Wandering Sun. And in first is This Monster Wants to Eat Me, which was Pat's nomination, but it was low key mine.
When's the last time Pat won a show?
Pat won a little bit recently.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
He had like a little bit of a streak going on there. I don't know exactly when the last time he won, but there's a couple of times
like, theme shows and stuff like that. He won something.
Yeah,
he didn't nominate Princess Principal movies.
Look, My Happy Marriage is really good at coming in second. The last time he won was, I guess, Zombieland Saga in October. So it has been a minute. This one makes sense though, because he asked me what I would nominate, because I guess he didn't have time to think of something, and so
you pat yourself
I told him
back with this one.
Yeah, that's a little bit. So really, it's like me winning, though I will put Pat's name next to the in the column. Who nominated Milky Subway?
I did.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, so that is our winner. Now we're doing nominations for next time. Do we have any themes or anything?
Nope.
Or is this the one we skip?
No, so this is going to be normal noms, and then the next time will be the viewer's choice winner.
Love to see it. Good. Okay, Kat, what do we got?
He forgot, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a minute.
Yep.
I can go.
Okay, Pete, what do you got?
So this is a show that I know nothing of. But whenever we do an avant-garde show, I feel like the discussion ends up really good, even if it's bad. Like I feel like we end up having like really good discussion. So it's currently airing this season. I see people talk about it. Outside of the title of the show, I know nothing about it. I'm nominating Needy Girl Overdose.
Oh God. I am very curious how they made this mid-ass game into an anime. We will see. Kat, have we done anything yet?
I found something. It's been a minute since I've been watching anime and been on the show. I'm actually back to having some free time, thank God. And even though I think most of us have watched it, I think it would be really interesting to talk about from a Miles frame of reference, just because Miles tends to be contrarian. I'm gonna nominate Wistoria Wand and Sword.
I love Wistoria.
I wish we could do season 2 because I love season 1 and I fucking hate season 2.
Pete would get to be contrarian for season 2.
Season 2 is not that bad.
It is terrible. It is god awfully bad. I cannot believe whoever wrote that. It's AI writing. It is so bad. I can't.
Season 2. Oh yeah, you were complaining about this. I forgot. Everybody else seems to like it though.
Well,
yeah, everyone likes it besides Pete.
Because the fights are cool.
Okay.
If you pay attention to the story, it makes no fucking sense.
Were you paying attention to the story?
I'm starting it tonight. You
yes!
upset me. I'm starting it tonight.
Okay.
We reviewed it.
Yeah,
what are we?
Reviewed it.
What are we? Some sort of wand and sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look, sometimes I just let things be what they are, Pete. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for everything to be deep or well written.
It doesn't have to be well written. It just needs to be written.
I mean, it is written. It's
not season 2.
Season 2 just feels like Black Torch.
Would you say this is like a Vanessa Carlton?
Did you watch
sort of
season
thing?
2, Kat?
I am literally in the middle of season 2.
And you know the writing is ass.
The writing is fine. It's the same thing as the first season.
Kat loves Black Torch, and we know your feelings on Black Torch.
Yeah. Like,
oh god, I can't believe that's gonna get anime.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude is like, nah. If it doesn't just actually mold the universe around it, I don't like it.
You'll hear my thoughts on Wistoria season 2 on the review next week.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete.
What?
You already did it. Who am I missing?
Jolene. I'm going to nominate Descending Stories, Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju, the
season
sequel to because I feel like I don't know. I feel like nominating something good. Good. Instead of interspecies reviewers,
Miles
which is also good, but not as good as this, probably.
Miles' least favorite episode 1 of all time.
Well, he doesn't have to watch episode 1 again, so
thank God.
True.
And I wonder if that's true. It's probably true for something that I mostly liked.
Yeah.
I do wish they had done less Rakugo in the entire
feeling. Wait. Actually, wait. I changed my mind. Yeah, I'm doing Akane, but now instead. I changed my mind.
God, okay. This is a secret. We're just doing seasonals we want to watch.
You caught on to my trap.
Well, okay. I guess I have to do it then.
Don't. You're better than
that.
You're better than that.
You should.
No, you're not, Miles.
I'm not better
you
than
are
it.
Better
you
than that.
absolutely should do it. Do it. Don't listen to Pete. Follow your heart.
Pete was excited about potentially having a win until he realized what I was going to do. And this is his fault.
No. What?
Shit. Oh, shit.
Oh no, Miles' internet's going out. Oh no, Miles is sleeping again. Oh, that sucks. Hold on, let me mute you real quick in Discord. Oh,
so I was going to nominate
No.
That's
you
muted me.
You have to repeat it. I did
Oh.
actually server mute you.
Yeah, I do. Luckily, I have the ability to unserver mute myself.
Fuck, you're a mod.
I was gonna nominate My Happy Marriage until I realized I was missing like the war escalation we were doing.
Oh, and if
here.
it won, Pat would kill you.
I think he would be happy because it's like burden would finally be over. You know what I mean? It's like I can't carry the ring for you, Mr. Frodo, but I want to do it as like a favor for him nomming for me last week, but that's not what we're doing.
Witch Hat, then.
Yeah. I'm nominating
That's what
Witch
he was-
Hat.
Oh,
That's
I
what
thought
he
you were
was gonna
nominating
nominate,
Airspecies
yeah.
reviewers.
No, Pete, I'm nominating Witch Hat.
I did too, but I
Not better
realized
than
it.
this.
You're right. He's doing something more mid than interspecies.
Yeah, that's like there's been a
Whoa.
lot of accusations of mid hat. So tune in and find. I love this show, but I do have things to say about it, and I'm not a contrarian. If anyone's listening to this, I am correct. So, Witch Hat. Which I would love to rewatch, honestly, because I just finished
Which
it
is
today,
funny
and it's
because
great.
aren't you coming on the next week's episode to review Witch
Yep.
Hat with me?
I specifically am. Yep, I'll do it again.
I'll
we
fucking
can
do it
expand.
again.
Trent, put the goofy me, man.
Yeah, that's good. I'll do it again.
Okay, and so those are our nominations from our secret spring 2026 nomination thing. Even Wistoria is connected to this season a
Yep.
little bit. So
Wow.
100%.
an impromptu themed week. I think that is all from me, though. Pete, would you like to take us away?
I would love to, Miles. Thank you. If you have made it this far and you want to support us, the best way to do so, like, comment, subscribe. Give me $500 with a tier 2 YouTube sub. Or leave a comment. That works too. I want to say thanks for all the support. Next week, we will be doing, like I said before, the spring review. Though going over shows like, and Pat is making an appearance on a seasonal episode. I believe, I'm not kidding you, for the first time since 2022, Pat will be on a seasonal review episode. We'll be talking about Witch Hat, Nippon Son Goku, some other bangers. It was a really good season. So check that out. Otherwise, if you're here for Watch Club, we will see you in 2 weeks and we'll be watching This Monster Wants to Eat Me. Thanks, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.